In 1984, hair metal was one of the biggest crazes in all of music. And documentaries have always been pretty big. Rockumentaries, on the other hand, they weren't really all that popular back then. And mockumentaries, like, I don't know if this is Spinal Tap from 1984 was their first mockumentary, but it certainly does feel like it. And it's also it's a mockumentary of a rockumentary. Okay, so it satirizes it. So if you wanted to call it a rock mock or a mock rockumentary, whatever you want to say, this is Spinal Tap. Was a really innovative film for its time. Maybe it's just me, but whenever I watch this is Spinal Tap, I still think that okay, that's Christopher Guest, that's Michael McKean, because I had seen Laverne and Shirley and some other TV things with Michael McKean long before I saw this as Spinal Tap. And Michael McKean has a really, really distinctive face. So when I was watching this Spinal Tap, my suspension of disbelief wasn't quite as high as it was watching some other things. Harry Shearer and Christopher Guest, they were easier for the suspension of disbelief. Not so much Michael McKean, but whatever. So yeah, the movie is it's a fake rockumentary about England's biggest and best hair metal band called Spinal Tap. It's directed by Rob Reiner, and in the movie he plays this a documentarian, whatever, named Marty, and he's following Spinal Tap on their first North American tour that they've done in years, and there's some setbacks, like the lack of popularity as opposed to a few years before their newest album, and some strifes and some creative differences within the band. All that stuff is looked at with their really, really fresh eyes, and when doing so, everything feels like it was innovative and done on the spot. Even though our suspension of disbelief isn't quite as high as some, we're still really enthralled by what happens. We still laugh really hard at the wit and the moments of dialogue in certain scenes. In order for this movie to have worked well, you really had to they really must have done some research, done their homework on touring rock stars, and if this movie was about, say, folk musicians or country stars, then the suspension of disbelief would not have been quite as high. I mean, it's not like maximum, as I said, for this Spinal Tap, but it's still pretty high. And one of the reasons that they're able to do so for most people is because hair metal is a really extreme sort of genre when you look at them. The hair, the outfits, the makeup. If they were like folk musicians or country singers or even just regular pop stars in the 80s, short hair, kind of styled differently, you would see just regular actors playing different people. But because hair metal is one of those types of genres where you need lots of extreme stuff to it, that's why they're able to tackle it in such fresh and innovative ways. So yeah, this is Spinal Tap. It's a funny film. The music is great, and yeah, even though it didn't really hit me as hard as most people, wasn't really quite extraordinary like some people think so, I still really do enjoy this Spinal Tap. I'll give it 3.5 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next time.